Do you enjoy the idea of taking your favorite characters from comic books, anime, games, manga, and bringing them together, joining them in harmony to create something beautiful and interesting in a gaming situation? Well, if you do, then you've come to the right place, my friend. Welcome to The Cross Zone. Hello, all you lovely ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for giving me your patronage and coming in to listen to my crossover video game idea involving two of the most iconic comic book characters to ever exist. As the title would show you, The Dark Knight's Web, this idea encompasses the world of Batman and the world of Spider-Man and brings them together in a way that makes a whole lot of sense. And given that the characters have abilities and skills that closely match up together, and they are very compatible with each other, it only makes sense to draw inspiration from the two franchises and meld them together into some wonderful, crazy video game that would be awesome to play. So firstly, I'll just put it out there, there would be 4 playable characters. For the DC side of things, you'd have Batman, and you'd have Catwoman, who straddles the line of hero and villain. She's there quite a bit. She helps Batman out, then she also takes stuff from him. But hey, it's an interesting dynamic, and it would also be very great to have her in another Arkham style game as a playable character, because I enjoyed playing with her at Arkham City. And obviously most people could see how Spider-Man would fit very well into the Arkham engine, given his spider sense and his fighting style, the way of the spider. It just all perfectly matches up with that engine, and I feel like it's a detriment that this has not happened yet, if it ever happens. For his Marvel Comics buddy, his female backup, that would be the Black Cat. She is an awesome character. She's very similar to Catwoman. I mean, their personalities, I can't say are exactly the same, but they serve a similar purpose in the two respective franchises. And honestly, I think they're both great characters, and if you get to see those two work together, that might be something astounding. It might be very interesting. So I would love to see that. There are several enemies, main villains from Batman and Spider-Man that I want to incorporate into this idea. The first, for like the lead villain for Batman, would be Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler. And the lead villain for Spider-Man would be Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. And I chose these two characters because 1, they're both highly intelligent. 2, Fisk has the money to kind of, push certain things to happen. And Edward Nygma, he's got the thought process and the ideas that could really put the money that the Kingpin has to great use in setting up some awesome traps and scenarios for both Batman and Spider-Man to figure out, and it would be freaking amazing. Now for Batman, other villains that he would have, other rogues that he would have joining with these two would be the Joker, Harley Quinn, Bane, Killer Croc, Deathstroke, Two-Face, and the Man-Bat. That would be the set of rogues that he has that would be pulled into the fray here. And from the Spider-Man side of things, from the Marvel side of things, we have Carnage, Shriek, the Rhino, the Lizard, Kraven the Hunter, the Green Goblin, and the Vulture. Now, if you're paying attention to the characters I picked, you're probably going to figure oh, some of these people are going to be paired up with others periodically, and that's more or less the mindset I had, because I was looking at similarities between certain villains that they had and who would work best with who else from the other's side of things. So my first grouping is the Joker and Harley Quinn with Carnage and Shriek. And to explain things, both the Joker and Carnage are clinically insane. They are psychopaths, and they enjoy misery and destruction. And they both have like this highly infectious laugh. Like, if you listen to the Joker laugh and then you listen to Carnage laugh, yeah, they're both off their rockers. And Harley Quinn and Shriek kind of would serve similar roles to their respective crazed villainous men. And to me, that's great. I think it's awesome. And I would love to see Harley Quinn's crazy antics mixed up with Shriek's sound capabilities, like with her loud scream, and how they could mix up their attacks. That would be something interesting to watch. And then you have Joker and Carnage laughing in the background, Joker throwing bombs and smoking things all over the place, and Carnage just wreaking havoc, ripping things apart. I could see that working so well. It'd be great. But I think they would be more toward if you were to fight them, they'd be more toward the end of the game. It'd be like you would deal with Harley Quinn and Shriek at one point, and then fight Joker and Carnage at one point, and then you just deal with all four of them at once. And I would love that situation. I would really love that situation. The next pair up I came up with is Bane and Rhino. Now, both of these characters are highly known for their strength and their ability to physically destroy people. And with Bane taking the lead as the brains between the two of them, they'd be highly destructive and very difficult to defeat. So I would love to see the two of them just work together, buddy up, because I'm pretty sure they could find common interest. And I know they both love money. So it's not too hard to say, hey, you're a strong dude, I'm a strong dude. We got these two real small people that we dislike, these do-gooders, and basically what looks like spandex, because Spider-Man will tell you his is spandex. I don't really know what Batman's is either. I think his is like Kevlar or something. But I could see these two enjoying working with each other and trying to destroy stuff. It would be. I guess I'm fanboying here, but it would be fun for me. My next pairing is the Killer Croc and the Lizard, and this should definitely have been a no-brainer. They're both sword dwellers, and they're both highly dangerous and very strong. I could also see these two pairing up with Bane and Rhino at some point, but I'll give the edge to intelligence to the Lizard because of him being Doc Connors, and it's not like the Lizard as a character is stupid. He's just very feral. He's very ferocious. The same goes for Killer Croc. I wouldn't say he's stupid, but I would say the Lizard's probably smarter than him. But I could see the two of them hunting out Batman and Spider-Man in the sewers, just leading them around and trying to trap them. I could see that happening. And worry about them getting their hands on it. Let them get their hands on that would be it. That's just about game over. I mean, it's not guaranteed game over, but it is pretty close. And I'm pretty sure Killer Croc would like to eat Batman, so let's move on from that. My next pair up is Deathstroke and Kraven Hunter. And I know somebody's going to question this. They're kind of different, aren't they? Yeah, they are very different personality-wise, but they're both very skilled at tracking and trapping targets, and they're both, again, these are very strong people, and each of them has an amazing amount of dexterity. They have great reflexes, and they have the ability and speed to basically keep up and exceed both Batman and Spider-Man together. So it would be interesting to see the two of them working together, trying to hunt out Batman and Spider-Man and just take them out for good. And we know that Kraven would like to collect trophies of their heads, and I'm pretty sure Deathstroke would just be happy to just have gotten rid of them. And from what I do remember, Deathstroke does on most occasions outsmart and outwit Batman, and it would bring something interesting to the table for both Batman and Spider-Man have to try to outthink him, while also dealing with Kraven. And Kraven he's not stupid in any way, but he is one of those types that just jump in gung ho from what I remember of him. And having to deal with that one maniac that's constantly on your butt and the other one that's plotting out how you're going to fall down, I think that'd be great. It'd be fun. Next up is Two-Face and the Green Goblin. Now, this should be very self-explanatory for comic book fans that know about the split personality disorder of Two-Face and the split personality disorder of the Green Goblin. So essentially, you have 4 people plotting to get rid of you. And with the dynamic of Two-Face flipping a coin for everything, I can understand seeing Green Goblin get impatient with him because he wants to do something but he doesn't want to wait on the flip of a coin. But he'll do it to maintain his partnership for their common goal. I would love to see the argument, just like they've got Batman and Spider-Man trapped and they're just arguing with each other. I would love to see that argument. It's like, they're right there. Let me blow them up. It's like, we have to flip the coin. We do as the coin says. And that just, oh gosh, that would drive me. I know that would drive them insane. And you just hear Spider-Man throwing out his one-liners and Batman just look over at him like, you dumb motherfucker. I can see it happening. And I guess it's just my active imagination seeing these things pop up and going and becoming something that would be fun to play. And the last but not least is the pairing of the Man-Bat and the Vulture. Now both are aerial opponents that Batman and Spider-Man have dealt with respectively. And both have both are very good at causing high damage, and they can throw their opponents off with the way they attack, especially if they did it together. And Vulture's ability to steal youth or vitality from his victims, and you can combine that with the Man-Bat's nocturnal tracking capability, they'd be so dangerous to deal with together. I mean, separately they're already highly dangerous to deal with, but putting them together could be something that could actually be a really big challenge for both Batman and Spider-Man. Not to kick off Black Cat and Catwoman, but we already know that Batman and Spider-Man are the main leads. Not saying that they would never have any interaction with any of the enemies, because they would have to. I mean, obviously they'd be there. So I really want to see this come to fruition. Now, this game would be you would play it in single player mode, but there'd be an optional cross online multiplayer. And what I mean is just having, if you've ever played Resident Evil 6, you're playing online, but you're playing your game single player. But when you get to the story point where you cross over with other characters, you can play online with other people using those said characters. And so, at any point if Batman ran into Catwoman, Spider-Man, or Black Cat, the people playing with those characters, somebody who's playing with one of those characters, can join in your game and you can work together until they separate again. Which would make for like a very interesting situation for that particular game. It would really draw a lot of, for me, I think it would make it just that much more fun because you don't know what to expect or what's coming. And then you get a partner, like a human partner, that can probably help you out, and you can help them out, and you can both progress your stories individually. And from the beginning of the game, you either choose DC Comics side, which will give you Batman or Catwoman, or the Marvel Comics side, which will give you Spider-Man or Black Cat. And whichever character you choose to play as, that is that character's save file. And it would have to stay for that character at least until you concluded the game. Alright. And as you progress and play further through the game, you'd earn like experience points to unlock new skills, new equipment, and new techniques for your character based upon the gadgets and abilities that each respective character has displayed through different entertainment mediums like comics, movies, live action shows, animations, any video games, anywhere you've seen them use different abilities. There will be a culmination of those things, as well as the ability to upgrade said skills and gadgets. Now, the game would have to be centered in Gotham City, and I say that because one, it's an unknown for most people, and Gotham is constantly evolving through the comics and through movies and television. So, here's my scenario. Fisk Industries has partnered with Wayne Enterprises to create a new type of military-grade weapon. These weapons would be designed to neutralize terrorist threats without taking the lives of the combatants in the field. So basically, it's a more humane way of taking down your opponents in the field. And the Kingpin would be using this as a front to enter and take over the Gotham City underworld. And like I said, he's a very intelligent character. I mean, like, he's also very cunning. So he would have found several people that he figures would be worthwhile to work with, and he would make Edward Nygma, the Riddler, a very close ally to himself. And the gang of people that he's brought together, like from the low-level thugs all the way up, they're working very hard to push these modified versions of the military tech that both Fisk Industries and Wayne Enterprises have been jointly working on, like modified in the way that they are actually lethal rather than non-lethal. Batman, being the hero of Gotham, would take notice of this and take out several of the outposts that Kingpin has established for distributing and selling his modified versions of the weapons that were created. And he would, after being irritated by Batman one too many times, he'd be calling in reinforcements from Gotham, which would lead to, not Gotham, sorry about that, from Manhattan, which would lead to the characters I brought up, the Marvel characters I brought up, joining in to take out Batman. And everybody would have their own reason for wanting to take the Dark Knight down, because it's, for them, it's this thing of recognition, which would make it just that much more of an interesting situation. And J. Jonah Jameson, not wanting to lose a news scoop about the joint project that Wayne Enterprises and Fisk Industries is working on, would send Peter Parker to Gotham to witness the press event for them to jointly sign the paperwork to move forward together as business partners. And during this press event, this press conference, Bruce Wayne would be attacked by the likes of the Vulture and the Man-Bat. Like, they're trying to remove him from the equation so that Fisk can just do whatever he wants with the Wayne Enterprise half of things and not solely have to work with Fisk Industries. But being that he's there, that Parker is there, he disappears, swaps out into his Spider-Man clothes, and quickly jumps into the fray and gets the Vulture backed off and deals with the Man-Bat who's fighting him while he gets Bruce Wayne to safety, obviously. Not realizing that he just saved Batman's ass, but hey, that's the scenario. And then Bruce disappears and comes out to help Spider-Man deal with the Vulture and the Man-Bat, driving them away from the public area and saving the civilians around them. So Wilson Fisk takes this opportunity to do a photo op with the two heroes, and he does this to show that he's a good-natured person, and drive that point forward with the public eye, so that they're more enamored with him and not understanding that he is the danger that they need to avoid. From there, I really didn't deal too much more with the story because I figured this is a good base. This is an interesting base. This is a good place to start. And well, we already know Catwoman is in Gotham. There could be many different reasons for the Black Cat to make it to Gotham. I mean, she could have been looking for Spider-Man for one, which she's kind of always up his butt. Two, I mean, I don't really have. I'm trying to think of a good reason that she would be in Gotham and a way for her and Catwoman to kind of just interact with each other and find the similarities in themselves and probably come to like a mutual understanding. But I'd have to get blown up on my comics. So that's the very first episode of the Cross Zone. I hope that you enjoyed the thought, the ideas that I was just slinging around. I mean, I had bullet points that I went by, and I wrote some other stuff out. But I'm kind of glad to be able to do this. And if you guys have any other ideas, like any other crossovers you'd like me to possibly go over, go ahead and put them down in the comments. Also, tell me what you thought about this episode and what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, because this is something I want to make great, and I'm going to need time to improve it. And if I can do that, if I can improve it over time, make it better and more enjoyable for those who watch it and listen to it, then that's all I really want. So, last but not least, I'm going to give you guys a hint to the next episode. The Blues Brothers. That's your hint, and if you can figure it out, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, people, thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a nice day, and as I always say, enjoy your games. Peace out.